My name is Christian Parra with Citizen Action and a leader of a coalition by the name of Free the People, Western New York.
What is something you want people to know about you?
That I've been part of a system in the mass incarceration system where I was innocent and had to fight through a system, understanding that the police and the system of prosecutors and judges still prosecute even though you're innocent, and they know that you're innocent. It all stems from the police unions to protect police that put us in bad positions. That's why there's a lot of innocent people that's in jail. I'm a lucky one that was able to still be out in this community and to now show the advocacy from that and actually get to fight back a system that is corrupted.
Can you tell us what COVID-19 has been like for you and your loved ones?
COVID-19 has been a distraction, but it's part of my story the same way it's part of other people's pain and their stories. As an organizer that was organizing during the pandemic in Buffalo, and my whole entire family in New York City being positive of COVID and almost losing my father to the point the doctor said that he only had 2 days left. But I wasn't able to go see them, and even Citizen Action asked me to take some days off, and I can't take no days off. This community is my family. As a leader, I try to make sure that I'm there for those, and especially those in pain, as I'm not just a community organizer, but a community healer. But COVID, is also preventing from people going to the doors and building more power. Also stopped us from going to Albany for the budget session, where, obviously education and the mass incarceration systems that need to be changed wasn't changed because we were not able to put the pressure on Governor Cuomo directly in Albany. So I understand that most of the money went towards COVID, but change needs to come, and starting with a lot of the systems that we were trying to fight. But Governor Cuomo is seen as a hero, but not in my eyes, because a lot of the budgets that were cut, or budgets that money should have been allocated to, the money was not distributed in a way for the best interest of low-income families.
What are you or your community currently focused on?
So one of my biggest focuses will always be mass incarceration, but definitely gentrification. I'm worried about the people that couldn't pay their rent, worried about the moratorium being lifted up, people becoming homeless, or people having to move from where they live, because the fact is that there is no more affordable housing here in the city of Buffalo. You have a lot of landlords that put band-aids on houses and buy houses in auctions. So some of these houses have asbestos and lead. So that means these little kids are being born with this in their blood. It's a very sad time in the city of Buffalo, but I'm sure in other cities as well. So I think, a big thing that's on my mind is what's going to happen when this moratorium is lifted up and these courtrooms are filled of people getting evicted. Is the judge going to have any heart? Or is the landlord going to have any heart? Maybe try to do a settlement. Don't get me wrong, I think that some landlords could be a good landlord, and that's going through this pandemic, and that's going to probably lose a lot of money and resources, maybe even their house. So I do care about the landlords that do care about their tenants. But in general, I think that the evictions will be the most that we've ever seen in the nation, coming up very soon. I mean, that's something that's been on my mind. And obviously the mass incarceration system around policing, and just thinking about the police unions, the fact that they're all white, it's KKK, and we need to try to dismantle that and have people of color part of the unions so that there's some type of democracy.
Lastly, how will you heal?
I will heal when my son sees victory, when my son understands social change, when my son is part of it. My son is growing up in the suburbs where there's a lot of white people. He didn't grow up like I did in the South Bronx. And I'm in Western New York for my son. And I think the healing process for me will be my son standing beside me in the movement so that change can come. My son one time told me that he had a dream, and I said, what was the dream? He said, Papi, we saving the world. So I'm clear with my own self-interest just to make sure that I'm the example for my son, the same way I'm the example as a leader for others.
Thank you.